Huh. That's not far from here. Let me call Pony.
Yo, what up, man?
Pony boy! What are you doing?
Oh, I ain't hanging out eating Cheetos. What you doing?
Word. Hey, I was just on the Intra-Google and found this thing about these ghost lights in Saratoga, Texas. I'm gonna forward you the web page. Coming at you.
Oh, cool. All right.
Apparently, it's not too far from here that there's a town of Bragg that's not around anymore. Bragg, Texas. It's not around anymore, but it used to be an old oil field industry, and they had a railroad there. And there's claims of ghost lights that go up and down the road that people have been claiming to seen for decades. The town's not around anymore. They demobilized it in the 1930s. There's claims of mysterious ghost lights. Could be one of the railroad workers, or ghosts, or swamp gas, and the old wood booger, the old big squitch that's in the big thicket down there. Some say it might have association with that as well.
That sounds interesting. This close by enough to do?
Yeah, it's only a few hours away. I'm down.
That sounds awesome. I dig it.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make arrangements and I'll pick you up in the morning.
Alrighty, man. I'll see you then.
All right, dude, I'll get with you.
I do. Later.
Entities, ghosts, mythological creatures and urban legends. A world of the bizarre and unexplained. Seeking the truth of what drives our fears are often unexplored and hide before us. All we have to do is investigate.
So we finally reached our destination here at Saratoga, Texas. We're at the legendary Ghost Road.
In Saratoga, Texas.
This road connects Saratoga, Texas to what used to be Bragg, Texas. This was at one point a railroad track that was later decommissioned after the oil field dried up in this area. Now it's mostly known for the light that's been seen by residents traveling up and down this road.
There's been reports of a mysterious light, which they say could be ghosts or swamp gas or things of that nature, and that's what we're here to prove or debunk. Also, we are in the big thicket, which there's been lots of sightings throughout the decades of what they call the hairy man or the wood booger.
known to most as Bigfoot.
Correct.
And some even say that that could be a potential source for the light. Some people try to link Bigfoot to this light that's seen on the road. There's a lot of other legends regarding the light. Could be a hunter that lost his way in the woods several years ago, or possibly a dead Chinese railroad worker who lost his head underneath the wheel of a train. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it. CPI heads down the Ghost Road during the daylight hours to document any ambient EMF readings and visual abnormalities that could interfere with the upcoming nighttime investigation. While driving down the road, several EMF spikes were observed in random locations. The team looked for any electrical sources such as power lines or the truck itself that may have contributed to these events. No such sources were found that would interfere with the K2 meter.
Oh, spike. Wait, something?
Binoculars. That's crazy. The reason I stopped is because that looks like a big old globbly pile of guts floating there in the water.
Oh God, doesn't it?
No, it's a bag.
Geez, right here, it's just,
Yeah, it's a good landmark too.
yeah.
There's power lines there, but they run down, so you would think that it would be a constant thing.
Oh, stop.
Hey.
Guess it was the power lights.
No, well, why would that make it the power lines? Nothing changed.
That's strange. I got a good feeling we're going to see something tonight. Why is it doing it now? The team arrives on location where the former town of Bragg once thrived during the late oil boom of the early 1900s. Later, the town and the 8-mile stretch of railroad that is now known as the Ghost Road was dismantled during the mid-1930s. CPI, with the use of a metal detector, attempt to find any tools or items from this era in hopes of using it as a trigger object to be used later for a spirit box session later on the alleged Ghost Road.
We got a metal detector here in hopes of finding some kind of trigger object from the old town to use to help coax out any spirits of people who might have once lived here.
Appears that we found a sardine can.
That's
I
what's
don't
up.
think it's old enough to be from the original town of Bragg. Dig a hole, dig a hole.
Yeah. We're gonna sweep the area for a bit and see what we can find.
Dig a hole deep down in the Gonna bury my darling cold way down. Hopefully we'll find some kind of trigger object.
Well, this one was saying it was some kind of zinc, possibly. So
There you go. Appears that we have a beanie weenie can. CPI had no luck with finding a trigger object for the night spirit box session. However, on the way back to the vehicle, Elvis discovers a bizarre clump of human-like hair that he collected later to be sent to the lab for analysis.
Recording.
All right, so we're on our way back to the car, or the Tahoe here in Saratoga, looking for metal. And I just happened to look down, and out of nowhere, out in the middle of nowhere, some hair fibers, which I'm going to take and keep it and send it into the lab for analysis. This is definitely some kind of hair. The team arrives at the Hilltop Inn Hotel in Liberty, Texas, where they have set up base to recharge, check their equipment, and prepare for tonight's 3 investigations. As the sun goes down, CPI load the equipment they'll use in hopes to bring resolution to the mysteries they have learned about and what was told to them by local residents. Let's go ahead and carry this millimeter or K2 meter.
Roger, EMF detector.
I'll grab the gauze meter, the night vision binocular. I'll need that. The spirit box we'll use later on down there. Yeah, handheld digital.
I am taking the full spectrum.
There you go.
Yeah, the full spectrum.
Infrared and the green phantom light. Talking with local residents, we learned of another paranormal event that has said to occur near the Ghost Road location. It is said that a school bus stalled out on this railroad track where the driver had panicked and attempted to start the bus to drive the children to safety, but had inadvertently placed the children in danger, not aware in her moment of fear how close the locomotive was, resulting in a horrific accident. Like in many towns in America, this local Saratoga legend is said that if you apply baby powder on the back of your vehicle and drive onto the tracks, place it in neutral, the ghost of the children will push you and your vehicle to safety off of the tracks, and impressions of tiny handprints will be seen in the powder.
You see there's a small handprint there that we already know of. Down here we have some handprints from where we shut the gate, and then on the left is another small handprint. Other than that, it is printless. Turn off your headlight, please. Other than that, come up here. It is printless, as you see. We have noted all the prints, and we'll see what we can get. We are currently in neutral, as required by the legend, waiting to be pushed in one direction or another, and hopefully have small handprints on the back after all is said and done.
So you guys got smashed in your bus by a train.
You know, we definitely don't want to get smashed by a train. If you could give us a little push off these tracks, that would
be greatly appreciated.
Extremely appreciated.
Seeing how a train did come a little while ago. I don't know.
We'll give it.
They say it's a legend. We hope you prove it wrong that this actually occurs. Here it is at 2:36 in the morning. It's only us and you, and if this train comes, possibly kill us. You don't want that to happen, do you? So I'm just gonna kick back here and take a drink of my Coke Zero. Kind of reminds me of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see with the camera. We're down the tracks.
Hopefully the train isn't coming right now.
go check the handprints.
All right. So we're looking here, and no additional handprints, just the original ones that were already there. And
either they're not
managed not be
help
active
out tonight, or the legend is debunked.
We can't officially say that this is debunked, since we cannot say that other people's occurrences are false, and we got no explanation of if there were handprints, what they could have been. But for us, it did not work.
So we can't really say if it's debunked or not. Maybe they just weren't feeling very helpful tonight.
Kids usually aren't helpful in general.
No. Roger.
Yeah.
The team was told about paranormal activity that has occurred at the nearby Sutton Cemetery.
We've dubbed, what did we dub this, Elvis?
Sand Road.
Sand Road. Looks like they just recently put some sand down, and it's about to get a little iffy here.
It's pretty thick. If we were to get attacked by a big squatch right now, we couldn't get away from it.
Very unfortunate.
We'll have to wait for the dust to settle. No conclusive conclusion could be drawn from the Sutton Cemetery investigation due to the abundance of dust in the air upon arrival. Dust particles can generate orbs on still images as seen here, giving the illusion of paranormal activity where none has actually occurred. This is also a common issue with moisture and pollen, which must be taken into consideration when performing an investigation.
Just to give you an idea of how dark it is on this ghost road right now. So whenever you're ready there, little page, turn off the light and you can see complete total darkness. This is ridiculously dark.
We're going to be doing a spirit box session if you look right here. Which this, I think I got it set for 200 radio stations a minute, and it skips through, and supposedly spirits can use it to communicate through it, which we have had success with when Pony and I did our first investigation. And we will also be using the static box because these lights will go off if there's any static electricity in the air, you know, because we're hoping to see this ghost light. So if it has any kind of energy, that may go off. We still have our milligauss going. We have our K2 meter. This here is a Mel meter. It'll give you temperature readouts and also records in different strengths of milligauss. So what we're going to do here, Pony will stay in the car, monitor with his headphones, and we'll take the Mel meter and the static box up to the front of the car, and I'm going to turn up the volume on the spirit box. When asking the question, do you ever hang out with the wood booger, you can clearly hear a response of a woman saying no. Who are you? What do you want? Do you ever hang out with the wood booger? All right, we just heard you say no. Did you just say no? Shortly thereafter, it sounds as if a little boy is saying the name Stephen when asked for a name. Take a listen for yourself and decide. Were the spirits attempting to communicate? Well, now that you maybe learned how to use that, maybe you can tell us your name now. With no further evidence during the spirit box session, the team continues to venture down the road. So anyways, I told the guy, that's not bubble gum, that's my nutsack. Dude!
What?
You see that?
Holy crap, man, it's the light.
It's the light, bro.
Dude,
What?
make sure that stays in focus. Can we speed up on that?
Yeah, let me try and catch it. What? What is that?
I'm not sure, man. It's not really... Oh, it's weird.
Man, are you getting this on film?
Yeah, I think so. Holy man, it's that light again. What the hell? Go ahead and turn on that radio. Alright. Seems like we can't catch up to this thing.
It's hard to tell how far away it is.
Yeah, it seems like it's moving back and forth a little bit.
A little bit.
Definitely some kind of floating ball, but I mean, it's... God, I can't tell if it's far away or close up.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I'm
Absolutely
gonna keep
bizarre.
driving and see what.
Huh.
That is strange.
I guess it's moving with us, or if it's getting closer, it doesn't.
Can't wait.
It just disappeared.
Huh. Look, there it is again.
Huh. I can't really tell if we're catching up to it or not. Is this thing moving?
I don't know. Let me pull over and turn off the lights. See if it moves.
That's a good idea. Holy crap, it's dark. Oh, it doesn't look like it's moving at all.
No. It's pretty dim though.
That's wicked looking.
Looks like it's moving away from us, maybe. It's hard to say.
It really is. God, there it disappeared.
Not again. Strange. After the team experiences the mysterious light several times, they decide to pull over to test the theory they have in mind.
Alright, so we have a theory that this light is caused by vehicles on the main road that curves, their lights shining down the 8-mile road and then disappearing as they make the curve. To prove this theory, we're going to have Elvis here, just dropping us off at the entrance of the 8-mile road.
Indeed.
And he will drive down approximately 2 miles and turn around. Whenever he says that he sees the light, we will confirm that it is a vehicle on the main road via walkie-talkie.
How about you, Pony?
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, the bugs are immense down here. I'm seeing a red light down at the end of the road.
That is affirmative. We have tail lights.
Roger on the tail lights. I do have a visual. I see the lights. You guys still down there?
Cars are coming down from the... I'm talking to the camera. When the cars are coming down from the main road.
Alright, so I hope the camera picked it up because the lights came down the road and as it made the corner, they disappeared. I'm going to shine the spotlight down your way real quick. Roger. Dude, I see eyes down the road. I'm hoping I'm getting this on camera. definitely some kind of, I hope it ain't a hog. I'm gonna pack it in. He's coming quick. I'm packing it in.
Everything all right down there, Elvis?
The adventure comes to an end for CPI. Saratoga's Ghost Road was indeed mysterious, with many unanswered questions, leaving this investigation seeming inconclusive. However, there was definitely at times an ominous sense of spiritual activity. These things cannot be determined with one lone night on this remote road of mystery. So we leave this up to you to decide if these legends are true or unknown. Yeah.
CPI is down on the scene. Got an EVP that's really clean. Creepy things going down in your home. Use the K2 with a static dome. Get a bit hungry for some jerky. In the woods, stick but twerking. Kicking up the spirit box, tell us what it's all about. Speaking to the device, tell us what you're all about.
CPI, we never travel light. Looking for the things that terror and fright. Looking for the things that go bump in the night. And the things that haunt your mind. Cause we got the gear to find what haunts you. We got the gear to find what scares you. We got the gear to see what's right behind you.
I hear something not very nice. In this corner it feels like ice. Shadow figure moving through the room. Overwhelming feeling of depression and doom. Chupacabra coming for ya. What's that spell? I can't ignore ya. Ripping the data while you're still coming at us. Zipper and trip. Only what's your status?
CPI, we never travel light. Looking for the things that terror and fright. Looking for the things that go bump in the night. And the things that haunt your mind. Cause we got the gear to find what haunts you. We got the gear to find what scares you. We got the gear to see what's right behind you.
Something spiked in the millimeter. Your lost soul just makes it sweeter. Looking down at these tracks, sneaking up from behind our backs. What's the sound I hear over there? Let's get a sample of this here. Powering up the night vision. Quest unknown, your mind sensation.
CPI, we never travel light. Looking for the things that terror and fright. Looking for the things that go bump in the night. And the things that haunt your mind.
CPI is down on the scene. 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 CPI is down on the scene.
Egghead Studios.